Quite a number of appointments in the last week about clients looking to build out an investment portfolio. Luckily for these particular clients, actually at the start of their journey and trying to map out the process correctly from day one. If you don't map out that process correctly from day one, it can massively hinder you. So we've gone to the topic of trusts and buying assets inside of trusts. And I think it really sparked an interest for them once they saw the basic understandings of how this can potentially work for people. So I'm just going to run through that with you today. So let's just make an assumption that your maximum borrowing capacity is $1 million. So you go to your accountant, you get the right accounting advice for your structures, and you set up a trust, and inside of that trust, you borrow $1 million. And so let's just pretend you have $1.2 million worth of assets inside of that. Now, if that was in your own name, your borrowing capacity now is completely maxed out. However, inside of a trust, if that trust actually washes its own face, meaning it has the cash flow, the reserves to cover the outgoings inside of it, including the rental income it receives, then when we go over here, we can then set up trust number 2 and trust 2. And technically speaking, if you have the equity or the deposit, you can go around and borrow another $1 million, doubling the size of your portfolio. Because when the lender looks at this trust number 1, you are not your trust and your trust is not you. So it's like you're running a business, and the liabilities inside of this business do not carry over when you look to set up number 2. So by setting it up the right way, what you've actually done is double the size of your portfolio. But it doesn't just stop there. Again, as long as you have the means and you're able to actually hold on to those assets, service those assets inside of the trust itself, we could turn up here and buy trust number 3. And in trust number 3, technically speaking, you can borrow another $1 million. As you can see, this potentially just can continue on. So this is why getting the right structure advice up front is so important. Because let's pretend this person here with the maximum borrowing capacity purchased their first lot of $1 million in their individual name, and then they found out this strategy. When they go to buy the next lot of assets inside of that trust, they can't because they've already maxed out their servicing. So if they went to the lender and said, I want to borrow $1 million, they'll take into consideration all the debt that person has individually as well. That's where setting up in trusts, companies, etc., can potentially have a massive impact to how large you can grow your real estate portfolio.